Okay. So, are you coming to visit Romania and plan to go by train? Well, be very precautious and think twice, or at least be aware that Astra Transcarpatic, even though it's an operator, a private operator, might surprise you in a negative way, like CFR Călători is usually doing it. But Astra Transcarpatic, which is born in a couple of years ago and it's manufactured by Vagonarad, looks far better than CFR and has better prices for sure. These are two aspects. In the past, there were even more facilities there, but I will make a parallel comparing starting 3rd of April 2022 when this train was my home ticket from Brașov to Bucharest North. I should have taken this train from 17:25 from Brașov. It should have arrived 30 minutes earlier from Bucharest. I would have gone into it with my girlfriend and, of course, warm a bit because it was very cold outside. Even though it's April, it was like -5 degrees or something because of the wind. So that train never came. The only advantage we had after waiting almost 2 hours in the train station was that another train, similar train, was coming from and going from Bucharest and going to Brașov, from Bucharest and going from Brașov to Bucharest again in 1 hour 15 minutes. So, okay. What was the problem? The problem was that the only information we got from this train is that it was halted in Azuga, which is 2 stations before Brașov, but not from Astra Transcarpatic, but from CFR Călători. Somebody from a train that arrived meanwhile in Brașov told us that he saw it there, but doesn't have any other information. So Astra Transcarpatic is like all Romanian companies who mainly are preoccupied to I don't know how to say it, but to laugh on their customers. It of course, nobody didn't know what would happen, and we need some answers. Of course, they don't sell tickets. They don't have representatives in the Brașov train station. They don't have representatives in all the train stations. I mean, they have only a couple of hours of openings. It's in Bucharest, Timișoara, and Arad. I think it's nothing. Okay, they have 2 numbers on their website. Both were closed. This is the best customer service you can face only in Romania. You can see only in Romania. Both closed. I've managed, okay, with my girlfriend to go in another train, the other train that come from the same company. Nobody asked us why we're in this train. Of course, but this is normal. But the train was packed. It's in the COVID era, but the train I think had at least 200 passengers. Aside the number of seats it has. And I'm mentioning this because this is important. Once, I think half a year ago, when we didn't bought tickets for this company prior, we entered the train and the control said, no, you are not allowed because you don't have tickets. We are not selling anymore. All the tickets have been sold online. Okay, I was pissed. I was angry, but I thought, well, these guys are right. We should not be here because this is the way. It's not proper to travel by foot and to travel without a seat. Okay, it's a good thing that this company does. Okay, that was one thing. Another thing, though, was that in the summer period, I didn't know about their policy to canceling the trains from one day to another, and it was announced only on their website, which, frankly speaking, nobody accesses. It's a website, I think it's 100 or 200 visitors a day maximum. I don't think it's more. So I wrote them on Facebook on their page, which is very outdated. I said, why are you not announcing it? No, somehow, I don't know, it's written on our website. After that, I saw that many weekends in the summer, the trains were cancelled from Brașov, from Constanța, so it was a mess. This was the first sign that I didn't consider properly. Because I said, hey, it's a private Romanian company. They should take care of their customers. So they did a lot. Okay. I was precautious afterwards because at that point, because I didn't know they are canceling the trains from one day to another. I traveled by alongside my girlfriend near the toilet of CFR Călători train because I didn't have any other option. Okay, no problem. Second, 2 months ago, when I traveled by train, still was the pandemic, and it still is because the pandemic didn't end when they ended the measures, the restrictions. The virus still exists, you should know. And what happened was that at this point, we had tickets bought a couple of days before online, everything clean, everything as needed. But there were a lot of people that were entering the train and getting tickets from the spot. There are a lot of people who shouldn't be there. This was the second sign that I wouldn't have considered until the incident I had this 3rd of April 2022. And was in fact the second sign was that when we were asked out of the train because we didn't have online tickets, the language of the control was very rude. Because like we are go away with what we are doing here. We're going to pay, not okay. I understand. You should not accept people that don't have seats. This is fine, but man, try to learn how to talk because the customers are important for you, are not garbage. Because other way, time I will travel to you. Now I will travel to you to Astra Transcarpatic only because they are cheaper and are looking better for comparing to other companies. This is all. So be careful. And what happened to the train in Azuga, nobody knows. But I think it got broken. And you can imagine how good the trains are since it is only a couple of years ago was manufactured. So you can imagine. And how is the train? What is the guarantee of the train? How is it working? I don't know. I'm not an expert. But I was expecting at least to be informed by the company. Hey, you're not traveling with us today, or you should go to the next train where we are, or we are sending another train to you or something. This is what I was asking for, because of course, even though it's a new train and I assume how the maintenance is made, because I'm living in Romania, it's not important that at least the communication should have been in place and somebody should answer the phone, even though they were called 5,000 times, because they weren't called 5,000 times because people don't call, they just complain. Maybe they got 20 to 50 calls, so it wasn't a problem, but they closed all the numbers. But okay, they should have answered the phone and said, look, the train is broken, we cannot help you at this point, but allowing you to use the tickets for the next train that we will have. This is all. We are very sorry, it won't happen again. A thing like this. I need to teach them how to behave, of course. It's not that it's something that I need to do in 2022, but this is the real situation in Romania when it comes to travel by train. So if you are taking Astra Transcarpatic, which by the way is better than CFR Călători, you should be aware of that. I will talk about CFR Călători in some separate videos because they are horrible. If you take Astra Transcarpatic, be aware that you might have similar experience as with CFR Călători because we are living in Romania and railway transportation operators tend to be the same. Sorry guys, I hope you enjoy Romania, but be careful on the railway. Bye.